The village in it with a map and a plan. No place too tiny for this determined man. Crossing the counties one by one, you'll see in every English corner a bit of history.
The North Kesteven series is sponsored by Gainsborough Cycles 01427 617 752. For all your cycling needs, this is your one-stop shop located at 20 Ropery Road, Gainsborough, or online at gainsboroughcycles.com. There's a link in the description. Gainsborough Cycles, ask for Trevor Halstead. Hello everyone, welcome back to North Kesteven once again, and speaking of things that have got north in their name, yesterday we saw the village of South Kyme. Beautiful place, beautiful place. Well, it's got a northern counterpart, and this is it. This is North Kyme. North Kyme, North Hollow. We continue north through the fenlands of North Kesteven today as we tackle the second of the Kyme twins. Yesterday we saw South Kyme, which was all about the former waterway that linked Sleaford to the Witham and the ancient tower standing all alone in a field. North Kyme is a very different animal. This is situated on the A153, some 16 miles southeast of Lincoln, and it's a much more modern affair. Even its church is far newer than the one located within its neighbour's boundaries, dating as it does from 1877. It did, however, replace an earlier one, pulled down during the Reformation. The oldest structure North Kyme possesses would be its Grade II listed cross in the village centre. Dating from the 14th century, it was restored in the 1820s and remains a focal point for the village today. North Kyme has little when it comes to amenities. It used to have a school until 2005, when it closed for good, but it could so easily have shut down sooner, owing to a devastating fire in 1952. Elsewhere, there's a pub. There used to be two, in fact, and the second had a very interesting role at one point, aside from serving alcohol. North Kyme also has a village hall, which can offer a sewing club, amongst other things, to keep everyone busy. We'll delve into that as we walk around. In short, North Kyme doesn't have nearly as much to get stuck into as its southerly neighbour might, but that doesn't mean it's uninteresting. I happen to be of the opinion that this Kyme is the more attractive of the two twins. Let's see if you agree. We start with North Kyme's oldest structure, located right in the village centre. This is the North Kyme Cross, which dates back to the 14th century, but was restored in the 1820s. The restoration is marked with an inscription which simply reads IT 1821. In 1954 it was repaired again, and the local school buried a time capsule beneath it. It was originally a market cross used to mark the centre of what was a market town. It's a Grade II listed structure and a scheduled monument. Many a North Kyme photograph down the years has featured this cross. Its central location means it's been an icon of North Kyme for centuries. It consists of two base steps and a socket stone, which is thought to be its original height. Some know this as the Butter Cross, and it stands on what was probably once the village green, which has now transformed into a wide junction where Main Street, or the A153, meets Church Lane. North Kyme Primary School opened in 1866 and was leased to the North Kyme School Board when that was formed in 1879. It was originally wooden, and that was okay until 1952. In that year, a devastating fire destroyed the wooden buildings, but the school survived until 2005, when it eventually closed down. It was a mixed school and could hold 110 children at its full capacity. Nowadays, with no school in North Kyme, local children travel to Billinghay, generally speaking. It's a very residential village, is North Kyme. I would say if you compared it to South Kyme, it's probably more residential, because even though South Kyme is bigger, the houses are more sort of spread out there. Now, speaking of things that are spread out, remember all of these parishes which kind of are on this fenland stretch all the way out there into the Fens. We already know enough about the Fens though, so I'm not about to take the car down to North Kyme Fen in this episode. What I am going to do though is show you the village hall, which is just there. Now, even though there's no school here today, North Kyme is still lucky enough to possess a modern village hall. The hall forms the hub of the community here, and it's famed for its sewing club, which has the great little name of A Stitch in Kyme. The hall is able to cater for many other activities too. Every year, for example, in August, it hosts an annual village produce and craft show. It holds a full entertainments licence too. This means that alcohol can be served at the hall, but it also has the ability to host live music between the hours of 9 AM and midnight. North Kyme has a church dedicated to St Luke, which was built in 1877 of red brick, to the designs of Lincoln architects Drury and Mortimer. It's a Grade II listed building which replaced an earlier church pulled down during the Reformation. A small building, it consists of a nave and a chancel with a buttress at the western end that carries an octagonal bellcote and spire. It's all built in the late Gothic style, and should it be full to capacity, 250 people can fit within its walls. Fun story for you. I remember coming here about 15 or 20 years ago when I had one of my previous jobs, and somewhere on this corner, don't ask me where exactly, there was a sports car like a Ferrari or a Lotus or something like that, and I had to carry some equipment with me, and I was very fortunate that I was able to get past it, because obviously there's not much room here. I was just frightened for my life that I was going to scratch the damn thing. It's not here today though, thankfully. Maybe they don't even live here anymore. Here we have the Plough, a pub that's thought to date back to the 1850s. It's the only remaining pub out of the 3 that North Kyme once had. Although its address is given as Church Lane, it was an integral part of the Market Square, or Village Green. The Plough Inn is also associated with the designs of St Luke's Church. It was here on April the 23rd, 1872, that 5 local men met to design the building we've just seen. Next door is the old coach house Tandoori. For a time it was previously a motel which had an interesting name, the ATZ&H Inn. The western half of the building was marked as a public house on an 1889 map, but the eastern half at that time was yet to be built. It would appear at some point later it was part of the famous, in these parts anyway, George Wilson chain of local stores. It was the head office no less, and sold everything from lino to Lucozade. 3 vans operated from it, delivering everything all around the Fens. Weather's closing in a little bit now. This is not in the forecast. It wasn't supposed to do this. It was meant to be dry all day. Hopefully it will have gone by the time I get to the next one, which is literally just to the north. I'm going to head back to the car, get in it before this rain starts to come down any heavier. Oh, by the way, it is worth just noting, from the village centre, thank you Mr. Lorry, blimey, that went with a bit of a gust, didn't it? From the village centre, this road runs down towards South Kyme. It's a great big long road, houses on either side, not really anything of any great note, so that's why I've not bothered to walk down there. Let's head for the next one before this rain really does start to come down. So even though North Kyme doesn't have a lot to speak of, it more than holds its own with points of interest. Fun fact, I'd been looking forward to covering the Kyme twins because they typify this bit of Lincolnshire almost perfectly. So too does our next village. Get ready for some terrible tales of disaster in tomorrow's episode and some humorously named beverages in a local pub. Now, just before I go, remember, this video is part of a huge project to visit every civil parish in England. That's more than 10,000. These routes are pre-planned, and due to time constraints, I can't cover every detail or walk down every street. Please don't complain if this video missed something out. I pronounce names how I choose to. I am very aware that local dialect may vary, and I don't take kindly to criticism about this. You've been warned. It's impossible to know everything too. If this video was terrible, make your own. If you're a regular watcher of The Village Idiot, you're not the only one. If you've got a small business, why not use my videos to advertise it? Leave a comment below if you're interested. And finally, thanks for watching this episode, everybody. Give us a like and a subscribe if you've enjoyed this episode, and share it with your friends and relatives. It all helps to keep this mission going. Until next time, I've been Andy, also known as The Village Idiot, and I'm out.